one thing I wanted to ask you was like, what got you into this? Like, how
Yeah.
did you get started with this Unstuck podcast, with your coaching business and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. Wanted to just touch back on that piece that you just talked about, which is rehearsing tragedy. And that's something that was really where I started with this whole journey. I've had a very fortunate career path. I've been, I started my career with ASRV, which is a competitor of Gymshark. They're a really big global brand. That was my first job, is like holding someone's baby, but also wanting to see what it was like to be an entrepreneur. And taking it 2 steps back, my dad is an architect and has been an entrepreneur. So my early childhood, like entrepreneurship, like felt destined, but I always rehearse tragedy when I would think about it, right? I don't have the right idea. I don't have enough money. I don't have the time, right? There were all these different things that would lead me down that path to just getting stuck and not moving forward. But there would be years and times when I would feel empowered and I would be ready to go. So, from that initial job, right after that, I opened a retail store in downtown Portland with some friends, learned a lot of lessons in terms of, getting into business with your friends. I quit that. I was only making like $800 to $1,000 a month. Like I was really in the dumps, like wasn't making a whole lot. So I said, you know what, I'm going to quit this and go into corporate. And I know it's not exactly where I want to be, but I see data being huge in the next couple of years. And that's something that I really want to get in. So I actually joined Nike's customer service department. And that was something that actually broke open an opportunity. Once I kind of let go of my entrepreneurial needs, I actually found my way right back into entrepreneurship, which was the craziest thing. So I actually was, I met with a guy named Chris Stark, and there was a startup called Topbox. They do NLP, AI, machine learning. And he's like, I can get you an equity stake. We're really trying to drive this forward. We need someone like you who's been in a big corporation, who knows how to democratize data, who knows how to move and socialize ideas. And we'd love to have a conversation. So at 25, I find myself in an equity stake of a company that sold for $50 million in January 2021. And all of these lessons that I had learned came flying back to me, right? Like all of these things, all these entrepreneurial lessons, in college, I had a screen printing business. I sold shirts out of my dorm room. So all these experiences of trying to be an entrepreneur, getting stuck, rehearsing tragedy, giving up, all of those lessons compounded. And right when I got that opportunity, I was able to leverage it. And within a year and a half, we sold. And then I was sitting there, right, having sold a company, bank accounts looking nice. I still hadn't done it myself. I still hadn't started my own company. I still, when I thought about, Kahlil as a platform, Kahlil as the driving force, the CEO founder, I still found myself just paralyzed. And so I said, you know what, for the next 2 to 3 years, I'm going to start something called Unstucked. And the name just kind of came to me, being unstuck, and then my initials are KD. It just fit perfectly. And I remember the moment that I was on my couch late 2020, and I was like, I'm going to just start this, and I'm going to start talking. And immediately I have about 26,000 followers. So many people do everything that we just talked about, right? Imposter syndrome, rehearsing tragedy, paralysis by analysis, all the things that get us stuck. All of a sudden there's a community for it. So that's one piece of my business. The other piece is marketing. And I've always loved marketing. It's something that I've always been enthralled by. When TikTok came out, I spent most of 2020 watching TikTok when I should have been making videos. But nonetheless, that's history now. But that's the other part of my business is TikTok strategy. And the part that I love the most is working with brands. One of the brands I just got finished with was Three Birds Nest, getting them to their first 2,000 followers so they can post the link so they can start moving forward. So that's really there's a lot more in it. And, the Unstuck podcast, I cover a lot about what is Unstucked. But essentially it was me. I felt stuck. There was no resources to go to. Everyone I tried to talk to was established and made it. And so I was like, I need a platform to show people how to do this incrementally and how to get themselves unstuck in whatever they do.